Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Angelica here, and today I'm going to be doing kind of a 2017 favorites as well as a book haul. I do have several books here with me now, but I do read a lot at my job. So usually I have like 15 books, at least 15 books there at my job now. So I did make a list on my laptop of what books are at my job, so I did make a list in case I just forgot what books that I had. So to start it off, I think we'll go through the books that I've read. These books that I read aren't necessarily 2017 books, just because I like to reread books a lot. So a lot of these books I read when I was in like high school, and then like I ended up buying them on my own, just rereading them. So the first person I think deserves to be the first person on this video here would be Colleen Hoover, of course. You know Colleen. If you read any romance novels, new adult, you think it usually her preference, but this is a young adult novel. But Colleen Hoover is an amazing author. I've literally read every single one of her books except for this one. This is the only one. This is This Girl by Colleen Hoover as well. This is the third book in the Slam series. I have not read this book yet, but this is the only book out of every single Colleen Hoover book that she's written alone that I have not read. I've read every other book, though. They are all amazing. I even got, if you read Ugly Love, I got Ugly Love tattooed on me. That was my one of my favorite books of all time. That was definitely my favorite books out of all the Colleen Hoover books. It Ends With Us is another Colleen Hoover book that I read that almost took the spot of Ugly Love. That book crushed my soul, and Ugly Love crushed my soul. And if a book can crush my soul and have me up at 3 in the morning bawling my eyes out, it's usually a win, and that usually goes up in my list. So those are two books that I have by Colleen Hoover that I did read in 2017. Another book that I have read by Colleen Hoover was Confessed. I do love this cover a lot. I think it's super pretty, appealing, and it's I love how the cover matches what the book is about as well a lot too, because like it's about art and stuff like that a lot too. But this was one of my favorites by Colleen Hoover. It wasn't my top favorite book by her, but it was very good. Another one that I don't have with me, I think it's at work, but it was November 9 by Colleen Hoover. That was also a really good book. That one, I didn't cry in that one, but that one like fucking surprised me like out of nowhere. I was like, oh my god, like that one got me thinking the book was going to be about one thing, and then it ended up being about something completely different, and I was like, what? Like, and then I loved that if you have not read November 9, then you should probably stop watching this for a second. But I just wanted to bring up the fact that I liked the fact that Miles and Tate from Ugly Love was in November 9. I thought that was so cool because like I said, that's my favorite book. One of my top favorite books out of Colleen Hoover's books. Now moving on from Colleen Hoover, another person that I want to bring up is Jennifer Uckells. I'm probably slaughtering her name, but this is Going Too Far by her, and then this is Forget You by her. I've read at least 3 or 4 other books by her as well. These are not 2017 faves or anything, because I read these back when I was like 16, 17 years old, back in high school. I bought them at Barnes & Noble like 2 months ago, and I reread them. And like I said, I like to reread books, and that's what that came from. Another book that I have is Collide. Who is this by? Gail McHugh, and that, let's see. This is a book I got all the way to the ending, and I didn't finish it yet, just because I get a super bad habit if a book that I've really been waiting for comes out. I will drop everything and read that book, and then I'll end up finishing it in like 2-3 days. And once I stop reading a book for a little while, I have to start it from the beginning just so I can remember everything that's about, because I have read a lot of books and I want to make sure that I have all the right information with these books. So that's why I kind of I read most of it. It was a really good book. I just didn't finish it. So this is the first out of the series, because I believe there's another book after this as well, with the same characters too. Let's see. And then there's The Sun is Also a Star here by Nicola Yoon. I have not read this book by her, but I did read Everything by her, and that book was amazing. I did not expect the ending in that book. I did not expect to like it either, because I knew it was a romance novel, but it was a young adult romance novel, and it was one-sided, which is, you know, a contemporary novel. I like double reading it between two point of views usually, but I still liked it. It was still really good. I did not expect, like I said, the ending excuse me, off of that book. And then another 3 books that I want to talk about that I don't have with me, but they are at work, is the Field Party series by Abby Glines. Abby Glines is also another amazing author. She's one of my favorite authors as well, and I wanted to give her props because the series was young adult, I believe, and it was actually really good. The first book of the series, which is Until Friday Night, which is the first book, I like that one the most out of the 3 in the series that I've read so far. I don't know why, I just liked it the most. The second book is good. The only thing I did not like about it is it was 3-person point of view, so it's between Brady, Brady, Gunner, and then, what is her name? Brady, Gunner. I cannot think of her name. What is her name? I have to look it up real quick. Let me look up her name. Let's see. If I had the book with me, none of this would be an issue. I can't believe I remember the guy names, but not the girls' names. Come on, Angelica, get it together. Okay, let's pop up Abby Glines. Under the Stars. Hold on. Stars. See. Okay, hold on. Let me pop it up real quick to see if it pops up. Oh, it's Under the Lights. I'm stupid. It's Under the Lights, not Under the Stars. It's the second book. I'm trying to think of the... Willa! I literally remembered it before the website popped up. It's Willa. Now I remember. I don't know why it took me a second to get that. Okay, so Willa was the girl in the series, and they both wanted to, like, it was like a love triangle almost. Like, they both wanted to be with her, and she didn't know who to choose. I thought having Brady have a part in the book just didn't do it for me. I thought it kind of like stepped back from the actual love story between Gunner and Willa. So that was just my only thing about that book, is I didn't like that part of it. I just thought that was just like a buzzkill for me. I didn't like that at all. But it was still good. It's still a good book. I love Gunner. I love Willa together. They're a good story. And then the third book is with Riley and Brady, and their book was really good as well. Brady was not the character. The vibe I got from Brady in the first book, because Brady's in all 3 books, just in case you're wondering. Brady's in all 3 books, and in the first book, I got a whole another vibe from him. Then they started, like, in book 1, he came off differently to me, and then, like, as the second book and the third book came along, he kind of progressed as being the good boy, and I didn't get that vibe from him at all in the first book, so, like, that kind of threw me off a little bit. Maybe it was character progression or something like that, but the vibe that I got from him in the first book was not the same vibe that I got from him in the second and the third book. But Brady was one of my favorite male characters. I did like him the most. And then the girl from the first book, that was also, she was